Oh. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is week 2 of Whole30 as I am trying to break the generational cycle that my family has of obesity, diabetes, and related heart problems that come along with it, such as high blood pressure and high cholesterol. I'm in week 2, or during this video, I'm going to talk about, how do I feel, what lessons I learned, what my progress looks like, and what I'm looking forward to into next week. So stick around and enjoy. All right, so let's talk about how I feel. So I feel really good. I did get the headache on Tuesday, and I feel like I got that a little late. Most people talked about getting that headache like the first week, and I didn't get that the first week. And it's just a medium size headache that it's dull and it just stays with you all week. And so I knew it was coming. It was later than I thought, but I just powered through it. I gave myself a little bit of grace on what I ate throughout the day. I still, sticked with the plan, but I maybe ate a little bit more than I normally would have just to. So other than that, I feel good. I'm sleeping pretty good. I feel like I'm getting better quality sleep, and I am starting to feel that I'm waking up better. I'm excited. I like the foods that we've been eating. We did kind of mimic a little bit of what we did the first week with some slight changes because we just enjoyed it so well that we just thought, well, we're used to it. It's easy. We're still in the very beginning stages of this, and we don't want to overcomplicate it by throwing in a whole new meal prep for this week. So a lot of things were repetitive, but still new to us, and we still enjoyed them. There are a couple of food items that were really good, and looking forward to sharing those. I think what I'm going to do for this week, and I'll talk about this in Lesson Learn, is change some of the items that we've been eating this week for next week. So first of all, the first lesson that I learned is meal prep really is an art form. I explained in last week's video that, I meal prepped for week 1 and it was all right. I mean, I feel like it was a decent meal prep, but I could have done better. I feel like I'm going to be improving on my meal prepping skills for many weeks to come, especially as we incorporate different foods and vegetables and fruits into our diet. But one thing that we did get, and I wanted to bring it over, found these containers, Costco. I have a love-hate relationship with Costco. Costco has such great stuff, but I always walk out of there spending way too much money. These were a great find at Costco. I feel like they're pretty sturdy. It takes some time to get used to them with closing, but they open up, they're sealed. They're kind of like a hard plastic, which isn't ideal. I prefer glass, but it's supposed to be some pretty good quality stuff. So they were pretty good. They're airtight. So what I did this week, the problem is they don't close very well. I mean, there's nothing in it, right? And it's just not. There it goes. But other than that, I mean, they worked out really well. So one of the lessons that I learned is, meal prep is not as easy as just meal prepping. When I like to meal prep, I'm trying to think of, okay, what's going to be the quickest method for me to just open and go? I have 2 kids and things just need to be very snappy for me. And 2 is trying new foods to expand on my options. So we did try a couple new foods. So I mentioned it. I think it was one of our last foods that we had ate for last week, and we had rolled it over into this week, were purple sweet potatoes. So I tried purple sweet potatoes, or my family did, because we watched Blue Zone. I started watching Blue Zone about the different areas within the world that have a high concentration of people that live over to be 100. The first episode, it talked about how they ate a lot of purple sweet potatoes because it was from an island, Okinawa, I think, in Japan. And they're phenomenal. They taste just like a regular, yam, the orange sweet potato, but their glycemic index is way down as to where potatoes typically are on the higher end of the glycemic index, which means that it's a food that breaks down slower. So it regulates your blood sugar. These were a great additive to our diet that I think will have lasting effects, and they're really delicious. They're really delicious. Another thing that we incorporated was acorn squash. I've had acorn squash in the past, but it wasn't something that was regularly eaten. Lesson number 3 is I'm still trying to improve my water intake. I did have a couple days where I felt like I didn't drink that much water. I feel like I maybe extended my coffee drinking. I know I need to drink water when I first wake up, but it's just habit for me to just go straight for my coffee. I do want to change that. I do know and understand the importance of drinking water first thing in the morning, but slow progress. Keeping better track of meals. That is a twofold comment. I want to keep better track of my meals. This week I did kind of fall short But okay, so moving on to what does my progress look like for this week? I decided to not take measurements because I feel like, well, one, I'm still feeling bloated, so I don't feel like it's worth it to do that. But 2, my weight is still at 218, which I'm okay with. I'm going to try to not eat potatoes next week and see how I feel after that. And then also incorporate more foods that have high fiber in them. So stay tuned on that part. And I also, my energy has been a little bit up, which is nice. We've been going for walks. And so I've been tracking my steps and inputting my walks. The last few nights, we have been able to go on really hearty walks at night, especially now that the weather's so nice here in our town. And so that's been good. I feel, we walked, I think, 2 miles one time. At the end of that, I wasn't tired or anything. So I felt like that was really good. I'm not feeling the afternoon dip. I typically start to feel like a slump around 2:30, 3 o'clock where I just felt so tired. I could probably take a nap at that point. But I haven't been feeling that, which is great. I've noticed that the time schedule that I've been eating and what I've been eating, I feel like it's keeping my energy up and stable. If I were to have one highlight of that week, I think that's it. Because some of the things that I'm looking forward to next week are less bloating with the changes that I plan on making. So less potatoes, more fiber. I'm hoping that will help. And then I am going to I never did try that new ranch recipe. So I'm actually going to come back here and make it after I record this. I could eat all the vegetables in the world if I just had some ranch to dip in it. I also like dipping it in hummus, but I can't have hummus during Whole30, so I've steered away from that. So we'll see how that works. So before I get started on the ranch, I forgot to mention that I also want to talk about some new snacks that I found. And it's funny because I've tried these snacks before when I wasn't watching what I was eating and do Whole30, and I would look at the ingredients and think, ew. Or I have tasted one of them before and just thought that they didn't taste that good. So I know last week I discussed the Lara bars and I really taken a liking to the cherry pie, but there was 2 more that I really enjoyed. And actually, unfortunately, one of the boxes are gone, but it's the apple pie flavor is really, really good. And then, the cherry pie was like the gold standard for me last week, but there is a new contender in town and it is the orange sherbet. You guys, this is so good. It really does taste like an orange sherbet ice cream. It's a dream. So these aren't the cheapest, so I do limit myself to 1 a day. So these are my afternoon I call them my candy bars because they don't offer a lot of nutrition. They are mostly sugar, all from natural sugars, because the ingredient list on this one is dates, cashews, apples, sea salt, orange extract, and vanilla extract. And I'm okay with eating these in the afternoon. I feel like it's done me good because I don't feel that afternoon slope. I feel like that's a good starter for me. Now this week I'm going to go into the foods that I did eat and the meals. I tried to make it, kind of simple it down this week just to take some of the pressure off. In the morning time for breakfast, a lot of times what I did is I either just made eggs, but specifically hard-boiled eggs. It's really easy. They're really easy to make in the Instapot. And so I'll make a few of them in the Instapot, and then my family, we could snack on them throughout the day. But I found that when I was in a hurry, a couple days this week, I've had to actually run into the office for my real work. I didn't allow myself time to get up early enough to make breakfast. So I would eat 2 hard-boiled eggs on the fly, and that would keep me pretty satisfied because I would eat them around maybe 7 or 7:30. And that would keep me satisfied until about mid-morning, which is 10, 11 o'clock. And that's when I found the RX bars. Because I haven't liked them in the past, I would typically go in and grab like the individuals from either Sprouts or Trader Joe's because they have the open boxes, which allow you to try one, because they are kind of expensive if you're shopping on a budget like I am. So to buy a whole box and not like it really is a shame, because these boxes come, there are 5 bars in each box and they're about $10. So $2 a bar. I tried the blueberry one and it was really good. I was really happy with it. I actually like the blueberry RX bar right here a lot better than I did the blueberry Lara bar. This is the blueberry muffin bar, and I think the eggs have something to do with it. So I will read the ingredient list to you. For the blueberry is dates, egg whites, almonds, cashews, blueberries, and then natural flavorings. In the morning time, I would eat my eggs, and then mid-morning time, this would be kind of like my morning snack, and I would feel very satisfied until lunchtime, which is typically around 12 o'clock. Towards the end of the week at Target, I found strawberry, and these are fantastic. They're so good. My husband and I are now like, okay, well, I eat the strawberry and he eats the blueberry. The ingredients for the strawberries are very similar to the blueberry. It's dates, egg whites, almonds, cashews, strawberries, and natural flavors. So, I mean, they're just really good. And then pistachios. I love a good pistachio. We eat a lot of those around here, or the roasted almonds. Typically, if I want something crunchy in the afternoon time, I'll reach for a small handful of macadamia nuts and eat those. So